Hi everyone, my name is Heather Cross. This is my math center for math in the 21st century. And my topic is multiplication. I wanted to do like a little summer theme since summer is just around the corner. My grade level is 3rd grade and my Common Core State Standard is CCSS Math Content 3 OAA1, which is interpret products of whole numbers. For example, interpret 5 times 7 as the total number of objects in 5 groups of 7 objects each. And we have cross-curricular with arts. For the first activity, we have I would be teaching them about the times tables and like math facts, and this will just help them with their nines family. So students are going to cut out their handprints, and then we're able to make we're able to do the rule, which is the nines rule. So if you go on your fingers and you say 9 times 5, you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You put it down, so 45 is the answer. So this is just like a little craft that we can do in order for them to figure it out. So for this example, we did 9 times 5, so the 6th finger is down, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's down, and we have 5 on this hand and 4 left on this hand, so the answer is 54. And then that's just attached to all of the math facts down here. So that is activity 1. Moving on to activity 2, we have an array. So students are going to be just using little pieces of paper left over from the year, and they're going to make arrays with a hole punch, and then they're going to glue it onto that. So that is what this first activity will be, and this is what the worksheet would look like, and then they have to obviously do the hole punch with pieces of paper, and then they're going to glue them on. And the third activity, students are going to be making arrays again, or they can use addition, repeated addition if they wish, but in my example, I did it with Play-Doh, so that is one of the manipulatives, is Play-Doh. But students could also use like glass beads. They could use seashells to make the arrays. Obviously, you wouldn't want to glue them down or anything, but students can just do it at their desk, quickly show me, and then I can assess them on that. But in the case of Play-Doh, I would want them to just stick it on, just like I did. And then we have activity 4, which is domino multiplication. So if you look at my example, go ahead really quickly. So I did exactly what the students will be doing. So they will play with dominoes, and they would just pick them out randomly. So this one is 6, 6. So then they write 6 times 6, and then they would solve it. Obviously, this would be once they know their math facts a little better. So yeah, that is what this activity is. And again, the manipulative is dominoes. Excuse me. And then for our assessment, obviously we're going to do a multiplication test, but instead of 1 minute that I grew up with, I decided to do 5 minutes because I did it myself, like all these problems, and it took me 3 minutes. So I wouldn't expect my students to be able to get it down in 1 minute. So I'd rather give them 5 minutes, and then that way they're not as rushed and they don't feel really worried about it. And then lastly, we have the exit ticket. So obviously we'd cut this out into 4s. I'd give it to each student, and they would just answer. So it says write the answers to the 3 multiplication problems on the board. So these would be an example of what I could what I could put on the board. So 5 times 6, 30, 8 times 3, 7 times 9. So that would be the exit ticket, and that would allow me to assess their knowledge as well as the multiplication test that we were doing. And then lastly, I wanted to end the unit or the center with a game, and it's called Find It First. So the rules are, first you want to create 2 teams, so you split your class into 2s, and then you're gonna write a series of products on the whiteboard. So here's just a little example. So I just wrote random products, and then so you're gonna send 2 students up to the board, and then you're gonna call out multiplication problems. So for example, 3 times 4, and then the first student to find it and like slap it would win the point for their team. And then obviously the winning team would get a little prize. Maybe like they can go out to recess first, or a little bit early, or can come in a little bit later. But ideally you would want to use like a fly swatter, like a clean fly swatter, and then they would just be able to like slap it. But yeah, so that is my multiplication math center. Thank you so much for listening. So yeah, thank you.